welcome back to Phoenix Rising Reacts. It's good to have you here with us, and we are actually doing a special feature tonight. Okay, so Monday is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, all right? And in honor of that, as you can see, I'm wearing my Princess Leia shirt, and he's got his Han shirt. And in honor of that, we are going to actually comment on the original A New Hope Star Wars tonight. And yes, we've seen it. Him and I, we would both be classified as nerds, especially me. I go to Comic Cons, I dress up. Actually, we both dress up. Evidence. Yes, this is us as Shaggy and Velma. Last Halloween, we do like to dress up. We do like to have fun. We like to do all that stuff. So we are big nerds. There's no way in hell neither one of us would have never seen Star Wars New Hope. So that disclaimer aside, we are still going to react the same way we've always reacted. And this will be more commentary than reactions. But we're still going to have our reactions because me and him, when we watch movies, as you hopefully have noticed, we're pretty reactive regardless. We're just like, oh my God. My mother actually said that my dad would not be able to sit and watch movies with us because the two of us are constantly commenting and reacting to movies, and he likes dead silence. So this is genuinely us. This is the way we are. We always want to be authentic with you guys because there's a lot of people out there that do reactions and they're faking the entire time, and it's pretty obvious that they're faking. So we're always going to be authentic. If it's a movie we've seen, we're going to be honest about it and say, yeah, we've seen this at some point, but we're not going to mislead you guys because we believe in transparency, and this is genuinely how we are. This is no different than our nightly date nights. We do this every night. Either a lot of times we're watching wrestling and stuff like that, but we sit and we watch and we react just like we do on these videos. So we're completely authentic, and we are getting more subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please keep liking, commenting. Please comment. If you have a movie you want us to try to find, please let us know, because, you know, we have a list here of movies that we've thought of that we already have, like DVDs or have bought, you know, streaming from or stuff like that. But we know there's a lot of great movies out there that we haven't heard about, or that we vaguely might have heard about and forgotten about. And we are tailoring this to, we really want to do movies that are not big. This is an exception because of May the 4th. This is a giant, huge movie. It completely it got me. This is what sucked me into the world of weebdom, okay? I'm being a nerd. Was this movie. This was the movie that did it to me as a child. But seriously, we want to highlight good movies that no one knows about, you know? We want that because there's so many, you know, Hollywood tells us what we should be watching. Yeah, what we should like. I'm sorry, I have only one time agreed with the Oscars, and that was Lord of the Rings. All the other movies are boring as hell. I just, anyway, the other thing we're doing is we are wanting to watch, we want to get movies from all genres. And by all genres, I mean, you know, science fiction, fantasy, drama, Christian, all different kinds of movies. We want to have anime. We want to have all different genres so that we have something for everyone. So let us know movies that you think would be great. Throw them in the comments. Talk, you know, tell us, you know, what, you know, just talk to us. We're going to talk back, you know. I mean, yes, I have a full-time job and stuff like that, but my phone is never very far from me. So please make comments and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you make suggestions, we are going to write them down. Yes, this is right. It's a Trapper Keeper. We're going to write it down in the Trapper Keeper, okay?
Oh, no. That's not the Dawson's Creek edition Trapper Keeper, is it?
No, this one is just a plain one with a picture my youngest brother drew years and years ago. I put it on the inside little sleeve. No, this is a I aged myself. Okay, so let me just say this. I am the same age as this movie. I will out myself. I don't have to out myself because I know I look better than my age, but I'm gonna out myself. I was born the same year as this. I'm actually a couple months older than this movie. So, but I was very fortunate as a child. My mother during the 80s took me and my brother to all of the big movies. So, all of the big movies, I guarantee you, I have seen. This is another reason why I really like our little niche of pulling in movies that I haven't seen or haven't heard about, all of that. And me and Ash are having a great time. We're having fun with it. We're actually very excited about it. This is why I'm like, because we're so excited about it. We're having fun doing this. And it's like sharing a part of ourselves with the rest of you
Exactly.
and entertaining you as well, I hope. So we're going to get started. I got the DVD already, and I have a whole ton of movies that I've bought that don't have sleeves, so I can't show you the sleeve. But this is the Blu-ray edition. It is the modified version. It's not the original. But I've got it in its Blu-ray, and I've got it at 2 seconds. Is where I'm at on it. So, without further ado, I guess we're going to get started. And may the force be with you. All right. Okay, it's at 3 seconds now. It started like really fast when I hit the button. I paused it again. Okay, you ready?
Now I'm ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Here comes the fanfare.
Woo, 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 woo. Like I said, this was the movie for me. It was in the #1 spot until Lord of the Rings came out. And Lord of the Rings will always trump all other movies, in my opinion.
Long time ago.
Turn it down just a little bit so we don't get flagged for copyright because that song is way too noticeable. Like we said, we always put a logo over so you can't just download this and save it and make bootleg copies or whatever, and to respect the artist. But there's still the sound, and I'm learning about how loud it can get to not be flagged. So anyway, as a violation, because it's not really a violation, but you know. Anyway, so we are reading about the princess running away. It's like, I got the plans and you can't stop me. I tell you what, though, Carrie Fisher's portrayal of Princess Leia really influenced me as a little girl. I wanted to be a badass like Princess Leia. I wanted to kick ass and take names. And I've had that attitude forever. It's probably how I got into law enforcement.
Yeah, but did you also want to wear the honey buns?
No. No.
Oh
my God! You know what though? I did do my hair in high school like hers was in the third movie with the braids that went across like that.
Leia, or the Ewok Leia.
Yeah, the Ewok Leia. I did do my hair like that. Ooh, I love Blu-ray with this movie.
That's still an amazing opening shot for practical effects. This was way ahead of its time back then.
Oh my God, yeah, 1977. Come on, man.
No computer effects back then. They did what they had.
This movie blew people away at the time. It blew people away, and you can see why. The details, every little detail that's in this movie is just beautiful perfection.
This is madness. No,
I got to
This
meet
is
him.
Sparta.
I got to meet him at a con. Well, it was a Star Wars con, is what it was. I got to meet him, and he was the nicest man. Anthony Daniels was the nicest man. He was so sweet, and I just really, really was so. I got overwhelmed because who doesn't love C-3PO? He represents our whining side.
C-3PO is like the movie's internal commentary through
Yeah.
the film, and the comic relief, of course. But he's the one that you actually can relate to the most in the beginning.
Right. Well, and the way that the angle that they came at this, the movies are told by the droids. This is from the droids' non-biased
Yeah.
perspective. That's what they witnessed through the entire thing.
See, I don't get how any of these guys got shot. How the hell are those stormtroopers hitting any of those guys? You know they can't hit shit. I
That's
mean, come
what,
on, they
right?
can't hit anything. Yeah.
Stormtroopers got the worst shots in history, but somehow, right in the very beginning, they're like badasses, and then they get really
This is
shitty
the
afterwards.
only scene in the entire Star Wars saga where stormtroopers hit anything. Yeah.
Hell?
Oh,
Hey, C-3PO has, as EOM says, the Danny Glover.
C-3PO's got them Danny Glover knees. He does the way it looks. Yeah.
Ooh, man. What I find interesting is in this first movie, you just don't fully get a full grasp of just how powerful Darth Vader is either. I mean, his full powers are not really revealed until the second movie.
He's operating at like 5% powers in this film. Really?
Right, he's
Yeah.
not even trying. He's just strolling. Just like, yep, I own this bitch. Your ass is mine. I'm coming for you.
The Spice Mines of Kessel. I would have liked to have seen that.
The books are there's books that are out there that are canon. I don't consider the 3 newer movies canon because they completely deviate away from the books. But they actually talk about the spice mines of Kessel, and they go into detail with them in one of them. Ooh. Look at that one hand, man.
Dang.
He's like those wrestlers, like the big guys, like
He's gonna do the choke slam. A Kane does. The
yeah.
choke slam.
Oh. Oh, he was pissed. He didn't get the answers he
I was gonna
wanted.
say that's one of the only times you actually hear Darth Vader yelling,
Yeah,
screaming.
where he
He's always
gets mad.
calm through the rest.
Yeah, where he just loses it. There's no one that can do a better job of playing Princess Leia than Carrie Fisher. God rest her soul. I love Carrie Fisher. I mean, I loved her as a person. I mean, I'm not saying that she was a saint or anything, you know, but I mean, she struggled her entire life, but man, does she give good performances. So they were killing any pods that came out, anyone that tried to escape, they just blew them up and killed them.
Ooh.
Look how tiny she is compared to everyone else.
The Imperial set of blocks were doing for us. When they feel you protect diplomatic
She warned on it. This time. Spies.
Want to know what happened to planet Racing Tube?
I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
Take her away.
Get her
Take
out
her.
of here.
It's like,
Tired of listening to her crap.
yeah.
This gets out, it could generate sympathy for the rebellion in the Senate. I trace the rebels' spies to her.
I could literally quote this entire movie. I've watched it. I have probably watched it a million times, literally.
Mission plans not on board the ship. No transmissions were made. Escape pod was jettisoned during the flight. No life forms were aboard. She must have hidden the plans in the escape pod. Send a detachment down to retrieve them. See to it must and there'll be no one to stop us this time.
Tell you what, I would not want to be working on Vader's ship. That's all I'm going to say.
No.
I mean, Vader got a temper.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I passed. I don't want to go to the desert. I grew up in the desert. I don't want to go back.
Hell, this could be filmed at the sand dunes on the Outer Banks. That's what the sand dunes in the Outer Banks look like. They're like a desert.
We had some down out by Monahans, Texas, that they have actually a place where you used to be able to rent like little sleds and stuff, and you could ride down them and stuff. This is out in California, I think. This is out like in Death Valley or something, is where they filmed this at. It's out there somewhere.
Might have been in Tunisia. I heard that they filmed some in Tunisia.
Oh,
in
yeah, I
Africa.
guess it could have been there too, yeah.
Yeah. C-3PO is also like, since you don't have any other characters, he's basically vocalizing the exposition of the movie. He's explaining the plot by speaking to R2. Yeah.
Yeah. So R2 like does his little thing, and C-3PO interprets for the rest of us. I always thought he would say something like, "Get your ass back here! What are you doing?"
Yeah, right.
I always picture R2 as being one that's cussing all the time.
Oh, C-3PO says, "You watch your language." Yeah.
I'm saying, I always figured a lot of what he's saying had expletives in it. And 3PO is like the distinguished English gentleman, the quintessential English gentleman.
I never noticed when I was younger that his right leg, is actually silver. His right
Honestly,
leg
I didn't
belongs.
either, because back then the quality of the movie wasn't as sharp as it is now, and it was harder to tell that it was.
Transport. I'm staying.
Yeah, now he's regretting that he didn't go with R2. He's all alone now. He's scared.
Mm-hmm.
He's just chilling. He's just chilling. He's just going along his way. He's like, I got this.
Those red eyes.
Look into your soul, red eyes. That's just creepy. You
Yeah,
imagine?
when I was a kid, this creeped me out. Yeah, I was like, what the hell are those?
Yeah, that's just creepy.
They look like little druids. That's what they look like. They do.
I can't help it. I always think back to Spaceballs when I see them. Oh, you grimy little bastard.
That poor little whimper.
When I was a kid, I used to try to make the same sounds as a lot of the characters that are speaking in other languages. You know why the languages sound real though? Is because they actually took actual living languages and they just meshed them up together. That's why they sound real, because they're actual words in like a bunch of different languages meshed together for like a lot of the different characters you see in these movies.
And I swear, some of the language they're speaking here is almost identical to what the Ewoks were speaking later on in the
Mm-hmm.
Return of the Jedi.
Well,
Sounds very much like
in a world where they're all interconnected like that, I mean, it's just kind of like here, like Spanish, French, I think Italian. Maybe? They're all very similar to one another, but they're different. The Romance languages, they call them. Yeah, he had like crap on top of his head.
That's, I think, R5D4. I think that's that droid's name.
Mm.
I used to collect Star Wars action figures back when this re-released in theaters in '97 for like 20th anniversary special edition. I collected every single Star Wars figure on the card,
That's
the little figures.
That's cool.
It didn't matter what it was.
My younger brother, who's the oldest of my brothers, he had a very large collection when we were kids, and we would play with them all the time. I actually preferred his toys when I was a kid to my toys, and I actually got in big trouble with him, and I don't think he has forgiven me to this day because I lost his little Princess Leia action figure. Because I loved her, I always played with her the most, and I put her in my pocket and went walking around our 5 acres. She popped out at some spot, and he never forgave me for losing her. Even though he buried a bunch of his in the front yard in mock graves.
Are those aren't banthas? No, those are
Those are something
wampas.
else. Yeah, those are something else. They're different than the original ones. Had the furry, kind of like
Like the woolly mammoths. Yeah.
yeah, they were kind of like what we had in our ancient times, and they had like big horns that curl, and they replaced them back when they re-released the movies with CGI, whatever those creatures are.
I used to know the names of everything in Star Wars. We're doomed.
This is
I
what
still
you.
use that line when we're in a bad situation.
Just come to the worst conclusion. Yeah, this one right here. He looks good. He's shiny. Get him.
Don't shoot.
Hey, you flagged them down. You didn't want to walk with R2 to begin with, and then you flagged them down. Those things always made me think of spiders. The ones with the arms. That one.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. No spiders.
This looks like the house I grew up in. I'm just joking. It was a trailer house out in the middle of nowhere on 5 acres.
This is like the Oklahoma of deserts. You could just look out 1 week in any direction.
Oh my gosh. It was like that where I grew up. It was flat. You could see for miles. I could see the stars touching the horizon. It was that flat. And for those that are curious, it was out by Odessa, Texas, out in the middle of nowhere. Wasn't in Odessa, of course. It had to be out in the middle of nowhere.
well versed in all custom. I have no need for a protocol from it.
C-3PO is like a used car salesman. Moisture evaporators.
Can you speak Bocce?
You speak Bocce? I can say it's like a second.
Okay, sold.
I'll take this shot.
He says, "Shut up." I'll take.
Get these two over to the garage. We're gonna clean up for them. Leave the Toshi station to pick up.
I was not a skirt.
Come on.
Oh. Silence.
We're going nowhere.
This R2 unit has a bad motivator. Look. Hey, what are you trying to push on us? Excuse me, sir. But that R2 unit is in prime condition to be the bucket. Uncle Island? One. What about that blue one? We'll take that one.
Ooh, this is decision's gonna
He really is.
haunt him forever. I've worked with him before. We came to this planet together.
Stick my neck out for you.
The relationship between R2 and C-3PO is just like the one I have with my my bestie and sister Melissa. Always back and forth with each other.
You could also try and speed up the hard stuff for me up this rock. I don't think so. No need for it. I'm not very knowledgeable about such things.
Oh my god, he took it literally. Oh my gosh.
Well,
How can 3PO not know which planet he's on? I don't want to spoil anything, but you know.
How did what?
3PO says he's not sure what planet he's on. How can he not know what planet he's on? He's been there before.
Right? He's not just that. He's been on that farm. You know, that's very specific farm even. That's kind of answered though later. Whenever you go into the prequels, it's answered why he doesn't remember anything.
Have you been in any battle?
There's not much to tell. Okay, C-3PO.
Not very good at telling stories. Well, it sure gets you out of a thick situation in the Ewoks. Remember that?
What's this?
What
is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
It's a hologram. That's what it is.
Right? Help me, Ash. Help me. You're my only hope. We should get a Princess Leia Han Solo outfit for a Halloween one of these years.
Yeah.
He says that he's the property of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the president of these
Obi-Wan.
Quite frankly, sir, I don't know what he's talking about.
I just had a flashback. When I was a little girl, I had a pair of underoos that was C-3PO.
Oh. Old Ben. Obi-Wan Jabroni. I know an Obi-Wan Jabroni.
Sounds like she's in trouble.
Darth Vader's gonna be like, I'm gonna lay the smackdown on Obi-Wan Jabroni.
Oh my god, I wish someone would make an AI video or something of Vader and a few of them in the ring.
The Rock. Vader's like, just bring it.
There you go.
Oh, R2, you're a tease. Look at that.
Where'd she go? Bring her back. Cut the entire
As soon as he takes out that restraining bow, he's like, no more for you.
Oh, I forgot everything.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. But you appears to have become a slight conductor.
See what you can do with him. I'll be right back.
You consider playing that message for him.
I don't like you either. No.
I don't like you either.
I swear I picked up some of the noises that R2 makes when I was a kid. I would go, it's just R2.
Oh, did you see that look on her face?
They know full well what we're talking about. No, I don't think I know.
Related to that. That wizard's a crazy old man.
That wizard's just a crazy old man.
That'll be the end of it. Belongs to us.
She doesn't agree with him. She does not agree with him.
He died about saying that to his father. You know my father?
Luke reminds me of Gen X. His uncle and them, they're the boomers.
Yep.
and his aunt is like the younger boomer. Like his
Yes.
uncle is the old boomer and his aunt is the young boomer.
The Gen X is like the impetuous generation, the go-getters, the inquisitive generation. They want to go out there. They want to take chances. They question everything. Yeah.
Yes, we do. Believe nothing. Vet it.
Only one more season.
You could call us the conspiracy theory generation because we don't believe anything we're told. I mean, there are some that do, you know what I'm saying? There's gullible people in every generation, but big chunk of them don't.
Luke's just not a farmer. He has too much of his mother in.
Right.
That's still a cool effect how they did that.
Oh, yeah. You know, I always wondered if his uncle and aunt had told him the full truth about his father from the beginning, if it wouldn't have helped him to understand why they were so against everything.
Yeah.
Communication is the key to just about anything.
Well, especially once a kid reaches a certain age. Once you reach a certain age, you got to tell them the facts of life. You got to tell them the
Right.
truth about things. Otherwise, they could go off and do something dangerous. You know,
Right,
and
which is
safe
exactly
for
what
them.
happens.
That's
It's exactly what happens, and I mean, granted, it saved Luke's life, but
I was going to say it's a good thing he ran off here to go search for R2.
mhm.
These astro droids are getting quite out of hand. Even I can't understand their logic at times. I'm so stupid. Nowhere in sight. Pardon me, sir. What did we go on? Too dangerous.
The musical score in this movie, though, John Williams,
This deserved it that year.
Oh.
Absolutely.
beautiful music, and all of them that he composed and did. I mean, typical teenager disappearing.
You seen Luke this morning?
He said he had some things to do before he started. He left early.
Take those two little droids with him?
I think so.
Well, you better have those notes from the South.
I always wondered what the heck she's cooking. If it's some kind of soup or what it is.
like some kind of cabbage. Like, what is it? Yeah.
See, that's what the original ones in that first scene were, was these things.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, where do you think you're going? Most of you people are going now. Everyone is moving on. Lost your million pieces right here. Oh, it's all right. I'm giving it a go.
Okay. Plot hole. This is one of the few plot holes in Star Wars. Okay, how is it that R2 could sense those creatures, but he couldn't sense those little Jawas that were stalking him, that were closer?
They're sand people. I see one of them now.
Woo!
Oh my God, 3PO's reaction is so over the top. He faints like a woman. Screams and faints like a woman.
He does.
Oh my gosh.
That was not the original scream, by the
Oh,
way.
I actually prefer the original sound to that.
I'm like, what is this?
It's like, what the hell is that? It
No wonder
just
those
sounds
ladies
funny.
said, what the-
Especially when you remember the original. I actually like the original better than that.
Hello there. I'm here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. Oh, don't worry. You'll be all right. Just easy, son. You've had a busy day. You're fortunate to be all in one piece.
I was gonna say.
Boy, am I glad to see you. Jungle and waste are not to be traveled like that.
I never understood what he said at that point all for years until I started watching with closed
The
captioning.
jungling wastes.
I think he's searching for his former master. I've never seen such devotion in a droid before. He claims to be the property of an Obi-Wan. Is he a relative of yours? You know who he's talking about?
The look on his face is one of, oh shit.
Obi-Wan. Yes, I know who it is. There can be only one. One.
My uncle knew him. He said he was dead. Oh, he's not dead.
Well, not yet. Not really.
Of course I know it.
Me.
Boy, you were born. Oh, then the droid does fly. I seem to remember ever owning a droid.
That's because R2 is not just a cusser, he's a liar.
Stupid. Yeah, he remembers the droids, and the droids remember the planet. Everybody's so forgetful. And it's like, come on.
R2 is like the Joe Pesci in Lethal Weapon in the way he does things.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got to get out of here before it's back to you. I don't think I can believe you go on, Master. There's no sense in you getting yourself online.
God, he's such a drama queen.
No.
I've known people like him.
It's like me when I go down playing a game of Call of Duty. I don't think I can make it. You go on without me. I'll just lay him down.
I give up.
You found the clothes?
Obi-Wan is one of the slickest liars. I'm telling you, he's good.
Father.
Told you. Used car salesman, man.
Best star pilot in the galaxy. And a cunning warrior. And
Cunning
become quite a good pilot herself. Good thing. It reminds me. I have something here for you. My father wanted you to have this when you were old enough. Your uncle wouldn't allow it. He feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damn fool idea that fits you say, like your father did.
Sir, if you'll not be needing me, I'll close down for a while. Sure, go ahead.
Sleep mode.
Father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi.
Now you better tell him how to use that thing. He's gonna
Can
press the
you
wrong
imagine that
button.
upside down?
Yeah, I mean, what if he turned it on facing Obi-Wan or C-3PO? Like, what is this thing?
Over 1,000
I
generations.
wanted a lightsaber so bad.
I still do. I know it's one of the more dangerous weapons you can own. It's like almost impossible to wield unless you're a Jedi.
Right? End up cutting your own leg off on accident. Oh, shit.
Jedi named Darth Vader. Who was a
Oh.
pupil of mine till he turned the
Pupil of yours, yeah.
helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi. He betrayed and murdered your father.
Yeah, bullshit.
Now the Jedi are all but extinct. Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force is what gives the Jedi.
This is like trying to explain God to someone who's never heard of a God.
I guess you could call the Force dark energy in the universe. You know, there's dark matter, then
Yeah.
there's dark energy. They say dark energy is everything in between that sort of holds all the matter together. So that's probably what it means.
It's not part of a message.
I seem to have found it.
Years ago, you served my father in the throne room. Now he begs you to come and construct against the Emperor. I regret that I am unable to accept my father's request in person. My ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid our mission will be accomplished. I have placed information vital to the survival of the galaxy in the memory systems of the Tsar-2 unit. My father will know how to do it. You must see this door and safely deliver to one another. This is our most desperate hour.
You must learn the ways of the Force. If you're to come with me to Alderaan. Alderaan?
What you
Going to
talking crazy?
Alderaan. What the hell are you talking about, old man? My uncle won't even let me go to the store to see my friends.
I'm getting too old for this shit. That's what he said. I'm getting too old.
Basically, yeah. The older I get, the more I understand that statement. Like, man, I'm tired. Like mowing the lawn today wiped me out to where I passed out and took an old lady.
Yeah, yeah, that's me. I get 10 hours of good sleep, straight sleep through the night, wake up, mow the lawn for a couple of hours, and then I'm like, I'm done for the day.
That's what happened to me, man.
More precisely where you're going. To do what you feel is right.
Until this battle station is fully operational, we are vulnerable. Rebel alliances do equipped.
Okay, you see those little yellow things?
Yeah.
I for whatever reason, when I was a little girl, you know how he's about to, that one guy's going to get choked and he drops. I thought it was an egg that had fell out of his mouth for some reason. That thing. I mean, as a little girl, that's how I interpreted it as a child. Like, oh my god, he got him some good. He choked on an egg.
Told that the bureaucracy
Federal government will have direct control over the territories. Fear will keep the local.
This guy looks like he don't sleep. Look at his eyes; they're like purple.
Hey, he's seen some stuff. You've seen all the horror movies he was
Well,
in.
somehow he
Yeah.
survived being next to Vader for who knows how many years. He has to be just about as twisted as him.
Any attack made by the rebels against this station would be a useless gesture, no matter what technical data they've obtained. This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
Don't be too proud of his technological talent, instructor. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader. Your sad diversion.
This guy's about to FA and FO.
Oh, you want some? Oh, yeah, he's FAFO.
It's enough to find
Yeah.
the rebels hidden point.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could do shit like this to people that irritate us every time?
Telekinesis.
You wish.
An annoying coworker that just won't shut the hell up in a meeting.
No, I know what I do. I wouldn't make it too obvious. I wouldn't go for the neck. I'd go for the underwear. Tighten up. Oh, it's like, yeah, they'd be like grabbing themselves.
I would totally misabuse the Force if I had the Force. I'm not gonna lie.
These cracks are side by
Would
side.
use it. Totally.
65.
God would never let me have that power.
These
Good reason.
two actors understand people. Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
My ass. Precise, my.
If they traced the robot here, then they're going to solve it to us. Oh.
Wait till
Too late now. Yeah.
Ain't home anymore, Luke.
Someone left the stove on.
The original version, you could barely see the skeletons. You could see them, but
Right.
not
I don't
clearly.
remember seeing hardly any skeletons in the original.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That did freak me out. I was like, oh my God.
That's so much more graphic than the quality, since they upgraded everything and they re-digitized everything, the quality of the actual work that the people put in making these things is more clearly seen. Because it was just kind of,
I do appreciate that.
you knew it was a skeleton, but it wasn't that detailed or that graphic.
Now, Your Highness, we will discuss the location of your hidden little base.
This thing always freaked me out as a kid.
Oh, anything with needles? Look at that.
I know, right?
I was like, I always wondered if it did stick her. Where did it stick her? Like, did it just stick her in the arm or what? In the neck?
I don't know if you go into that detail, but ooh, that was a big needle too.
Oh. That little Jawa bonfire.
Nothing you could have done. You'd have been killed too. And droids would now be in the hands of the Empire.
True.
We see to all of it. There's nothing here now. I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi.
I had a feeling you might say that. It's like, oh, great.
Now I do like this better. The original scene was not.
So do I.
Yeah.
Rich's eyes spun and twisted. cautious.
Looks like the Middle East. I mean, it really does. I mean,
Welcome to Cairo. It's like, right? None of your damn business.
that's what I would have said. I would have gotten shot.
Needed identification.
Unfortunately, this didn't work when a cop once pulled me over. I didn't say, you need to see my identification. Say, no, sir, I need to see your ID and registration now.
Move along.
Yeah, doesn't work. Friday sucks.
Now, I will say that scene there, I did not like the add-ins that they put in. They had too much going on in front of the shot
It was
of
almost
them.
too much. Yeah.
It was too much extra.
I mean, I like how they add all these different robots and creatures to show how the port is more alive and vibrant.
Oh yeah,
and
I like
diverse.
that. I like those add-ins, but just that one
sometimes it can be
scene.
Too much, overwhelming.
Yeah, just that one scene. They had like, it just felt forced, you know, like they just had, okay, go guys, go, you know.
We got to show off. We have to show off what we can do here. That's
right. A little rough.
yeah,
I've been to those kind of bars before.
Are you ready to get your ass kicked? Luke doesn't last 5 minutes before he's about to become Bantha Poodoo.
I always love this music that they had in this. It's so jazzy.
Such happy and upbeat music for such a dangerous looking
For a
bar.
dive.
We don't serve their kind.
What?
They're kind.
They're kind? Well, what you mean you're kind?
Makes me think of Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Another one you got to see. Yeah, you don't need to see my identification for that drink.
Right? Hey, a place like that, they wouldn't even card. Like I said, I've been to those places when I was young.
Oh, there's Chewie.
There's the guy in the bar. There's always one in every bar. There's one guy that likes to start trouble.
I don't like you either.
I always called them butt face and pig face.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
Well,
I'll be careful.
Well, good for you. Yeah.
be dead. This little one's not worth the effort. Don't let me get you something.
Oh. Are you gonna say this? Okay.
Oh, you got the wrong horse. I love this. Everyone just goes back to doing whatever they're doing. Like, there's a guy that just lost his arm. Might be dead even.
And everyone's like, that's a Jedi, and we haven't seen one of those in like 20 years. We don't want none of that. You know? Yeah.
And I think it's just the nature of the bar, because later with Han, you know, same thing. You know, everyone just goes right back to business as usual. No one cares. It's just such a dive that kind of stuff happens all the time.
It probably happens all the time, and everyone's indifferent and like, hey, As long as it doesn't have to do with me, I don't care.
Well, it's basically an all criminals bar. You know, it's like we ain't gonna report nothing. Why would we report that? Then we'd have to report ourselves. Oof.
Julie here tells me you're looking for passage.
Yes. Han.
Fast ship. Never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Like I know what that
Not
means.
including the starship. Not the local bulk cruise. I'm talking about the big Corellian.
Ooh, the Corellian ships.
It's fast enough to know that. What's the cargo?
The passenger, myself, the boy, the droid, and no questions asked.
Or is it some kind of local trouble?
Let's just say we'd like to avoid any imperial entanglement.
Oh, Imperial, that's going to cost you extra.
Well, that's the real trick, isn't it? That's going to cost you something extra.
I told you.
10,000, all in advance. 10,000? You know, it's my own ship. Who's going to fly it, kid? You?
You bet I could. I'm not a bad pilot myself.
Shut up.
Sit your ass down.
2,000 plus 15 when we reach orbit.
17. Okay, you guys got yourselves a ship.
See, the way Obi-Wan was looking at him when he made that deal, it always makes me wonder, did he use his Jedi mind power on Han Solo? Or was Han just so desperate for the money he took anything that anyone offered?
I think Han was desperate for the money.
So what? But he was like,
because Han is not a weak-minded man.
Yeah, I
and the Force only manipulates the weak-minded. So Han Solo's character, the character, not the actor, is one of the things that define to me what kind of a man I like.
The rogue scoundrel. Yeah.
Yeah, this time I've got the money.
This time I've got the money. You give it to me, I might forget I found you.
This coming up is one of my only gripes with the remake.
Oh, this is what big gripe for me, yeah. They tried to PC Han.
Oh my God. Han shot first. Yeah.
Yeah.
He shot first. None of this 2 shots back and forth. And
yeah, they should have left that alone. They were trying to, the politically correct crowd has really hurt the movie industry, and that is one of those things.
Han out to be a murderer. They didn't want him just to say, "I'm just going to shoot this guy." No, they wanted to make it look like he's doing it in self-defense. That'll make him more likable, right? Yeah.
But it didn't. It just was a part of who Han was. Han knew he was about to get killed, so he took care of the problem ahead of time. It wasn't that big of a deal, but to me, it just took away from the whole scene. I didn't like it then.
What made him likable in the first place was that it showed that he didn't take shit from anybody. He's like, I'm just going to shoot you first. I'm not even going to let you get the edge on me.
Right, exactly. Hate that they did that part. I hate the PC stuff. I hate the PC stuff.
The real ones know. We know the truth. We know. Everything's R2's fault. You watch your language, motherfucker. This is an anteater. That's what I always called him. He's the anteater.
You.
Look at his little snout right here. Yeah. Look at
I always thought of him as more like an anteater.
Right here, no. Been waiting for it.
You looking for me, Jabba?
Have you now?
Just gotta run.
On my bookie.
On my boogie. My boogie.
Rispogrino.
Hey, Greedo had it coming. Yeah, don't send one of those.
See, CGI just got nothing on practical effects. I mean, the original Jabba was so much more impressive.
And the original Jabba was a man. Remember, it was actually a man, a big man, and he talked.
Oh yeah. Well, in the original clip from this, yeah. But I'm talking about the original Jabba from the before they added in all of the CGI stuff.
The practical effects Jabba.
Yeah, the practical effects Jabba. It was so much better. CGI just doesn't have the real feel to it like practical effects.
I'll put a price on your head. See, he says you're a wonderful human being because he originally was a human being. They never edited that out. They just kept it that
I actually
way.
saw it. Whenever I was a kid, we had bought a special edition at the Sam's Club that I spoke about the other day of Star Wars, and it came with a behind-the-scenes VHS tape, and they showed that footage before they went in and they edited. I mean, I got to see that actual footage, the real footage on that. And he was like wearing like a furry jacket and stuff. He looked like a trader. I mean, like an old-timey 1800s trader. What a piece of junk! Don't talk about that ship that way. That ship is the bomb. Love the Falcon. My first real car that I got, I named it the Falcon after this ship.
Hey, I just realized something. Millennium Falcon. The initials are MF. That's one bad MF. Yeah. The bad Millennium Falcon. Blast them. Just blast them. Yeah. See, now suddenly the stormtroopers can't hit shit. Look at this. And they can't hit anything. They're getting killed.
I mean, come on, he was down. He didn't even have his gun out. They could have shot him and they didn't. They couldn't hit him. Oh my god, he's got to whine about everything.
I like this shot.
Yeah, I like this shot better too.
That's cool. Uh-oh.
Stay sharp. There's two more coming in. They're going to try and cut us off.
John, I thought you said this was back.
Watch your mouth, kid. You're going to find yourself floating.
Oh. He's about to bitch slap Luke. Shut up.
Hey, Han don't take crap from no one.
He doesn't.
I don't feel my perspective on Captain Cross, boy. Life population is declining to a structure.
True. That's cool.
That was awesome.
We've entered the Alderaan system.
Governor talking. I should have expected
Look how fast that other guy backs up real quick when Vader comes up.
Charming. You don't know how hard I found planning the order to terminate your life.
courage to take the responsibility yourself.
Princess Leia, before your execution,
Love her.
I'd like you to be my host as a ceremony that will make this battle station operational. No star system will dare oppose the Emperor now. Not after we demonstrate the power of this station. In a way, you have determined the choice of the planet that will be destroyed first. Since you are reluctant to provide us with the location of the rebel base, I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Order.
Looks like Earth.
Looks just like Earth, and that looks just like the moon. Trying to say something.
Then leave the system.
Can you imagine that thing approaching that planet? They think it's the moon. And so that's no moon. It's a space station.
Down to all down to me.
She can be.
See, Vader, she can be reasonable. Continue with the operation. May fire when ready. And when we do take an effective demonstration, but don't worry. We will deal with your rebel friends too.
Oh, you asshole. He's petty. He is petty.
You're real petty. You're real petty. You know, on the upside, that would be an instantaneous death. If I was going to die, that'd be one of the ways I'd choose.
Disturbance of the force.
I was just about to say.
Millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror. Suddenly silence.
See, right there, like you said, they would have been like instantaneous, like vaporized. They wouldn't have had time to scream out in terror. They wouldn't even know what's going on. Yeah. That's like
It would have been more like, because anytime something happens that's startling, your first is like that, and then by that time, once you jerk, that's it. It would be over with.
like a hiccup. It would have been like a hiccup or a sneeze. That's how quick.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's like a game of chess.
So nobody worries about upsetting a droid. The droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they move.
Look at 3PO's face.
Those droids are the most reactive characters in the entire movie. And they don't even have facial expressions really. It's just you can just tell by the way they move and stuff what they're thinking.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the force moving through it.
Especially after eating a Taco Bell.
Also very
I can feel the force flowing through me.
Oh gosh, I love Taco Bell, but it always makes me sick. There's just no getting around it.
You know, it's the cheapest laxative in town. It really is.
Yeah, I'm having issues. I'm just gonna go to Taco Bell. Works every time.
No mystical energy field control my destiny.
Oh yes, it does.
By that simple trick and nonsense.
I suggest you try it again, Luke. This time.
On the atheist of the group. You ain't convincing me.
Yeah.
My shield now and can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. Great chance was your.
Look at Han trying not to die laughing in the back.
He's like, I got this. Yeah. Impressive.
Look at that look on Han's face now. Like,
My experience was favor. Well, good against the most is one thing. Good against the living.
he's not wrong. I love his hair. This style of hair, this era of hair on men. I love that kind of hair.
That's the 70s style.
Yeah, it looks it. It just it's late 70s. It's the 77
Late
when it
70s.
came out. Late 70s. It's a little bit longer, but it's not long. You know what I'm saying? It's just got enough to.
It was like right to your neck, but it was thick. They had
Yeah.
thick, full hair.
Yeah.
And then as you got into the 80s, guys just grew their hair as long as they could.
Yeah, and I don't like long men hair on men. Just because there's very few men who can pull it off. A lot of Asian men can pull it off, and some other men can pull off, but most men can't pull it off. It just looks terrible, and I absolutely hate the man buns. That's just me personally. I just don't think it looks nice. But that's just my personal opinion.
I'm trying to tell you. Drawing by the Empire. Entire Starfleet couldn't.
I know people who love all that stuff, though.
Incoming.
Not any bases around here. Yeah, there is.
We can't transmit that. Just let it go. It's too far out.
Not for long.
They're going to launch some raspberry jam at it. That'll jam its transmission.
Under that size to me, that this speech is big. Long enough to tell anybody about us.
Get it before he gets there. It's almost in range.
That's
Luke,
not
you
a problem.
dummy.
It's a space station. It's too big to be a space station.
Uh-oh.
Very bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Think you're all right? Reverse.
Someone's got to look up. Oh, shit, he's right.
He's like, oh, yeah, I think I'm a little over my head here. Yeah.
Sorry, launching auxiliary power.
Hold us in. There's got to be something you can do.
Yeah, I love that about Han. They're not going to get me without a fight. It's a Sarah Connor statement.
Han's like, you think you can take me? You need a freaking army. You're going to take me. You gotta love those horns. The brass section is what made it. The trumpets.
Yes?
They must be trying to return the stolen planet to the princess. She may yet be of some use to us.
Unlock. 1, 5, 7, and 9 release Josh. 1 second report control.
There's no one on board, sir. According to the law, the crew abandoned it right after takeoff. It must be a decoy, sir. Several of the escape pods have been jettisoned.
Did you find any drones?
No, sir. If there were any on board, they must also have been.
From the scanning through the board, I want every part of the ship.
Yes.
Presence and intelligence.
He's like,
Get me a scanning group in here on the.
it's like when you walk into a place and you catch a whiff of a smell, and you're like, I know that smell, but you don't know what the smell is. You know what I'm saying? But you're like, I know
Well, I know
that.
what that smell is. I'm like, who just let one?
Not that smell.
Oh, yeah, I walk into a place and I smell something like, whoa. Yeah. That's cool. I used to have the Millennium Falcon spaceship, the toy.
So did
and it
my
had those
brother.
hidden-
Yeah,
had
so
those
did my
hidden
brother.
compartments in it.
Yeah, my brother did too. I love that. I used to have that down. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? The answer is the fool who follows him.
Yeah. Well, the fool who follows him is like, there's the fool and the fool who follows, like Dumb and Dumber.
Yes,
So
exactly.
the fool who follows is dumber.
Hey down there. You sound Texan with that accent, man. Hey down there, can you give us a hand with this?
Y'all down yonder, give us a hand up here, will you? No offense to Texans or anyone from the South. I'm from
Hey,
the South.
I am a Texan. I could say stuff like that.
Right.
I am Texan. I love my Texas.
Exactly.
But we do have some very distinctive things here.
Chico, got a bad transfer. I'll see what I can do.
Watch out.
I always want to know what Chewbacca was saying when he was growling like that.
Between his howling and everything else,
Everything's not working.
the whole station is nowhere.
We're a straight fight caller.
That's me whenever I play a video game and they give you the option for stealth or just go in and blast everything. I don't have time for stealth. I'm just going in and blasting.
Yes, you do, and he's very good at it, guys. We game often, and he is a very good gamer.
Try to make the precise location appear on the monitor. The tractor beam is coupled to the main reactor in 7 locations. A power loss at one of the terminals would allow the ship to leave. I don't think your voice can help. There's still a lot. Brings we're more than bargained for on the ship already. Be patient, Luke. Stay and watch over the droid. They must be delivered safely, or other star systems will suffer the same fate as old. Your destiny lies along a different path than mine. The Force will be with you. Always.
Iconic line. Yeah. Boy, I hate to get caught under that door when it closes. It closes fast enough.
Ah. Just pick up the old fossil.
Did you get any ideas? Well, anything's better than just hanging around waiting for him to pick us up.
What is it? I'm afraid I'm not quite sure, sir. He says I found her and keeps repeating she's here.
Oh,
She's here. She's here.
Princess Leia. The princess? She's here? Princess.
Princess.
Where is she? Princess, what's going on?
I was like, wait a minute, what's this about a princess?
Princess means money.
Let go fine. We should go. I'm afraid she's scheduled to be terminated. No. We've got to do something. Talking about the droids belong to one of the best. We gotta help him.
Now look, don't get any funny ideas. The old man wants us to wait right here.
He didn't know she was
Yeah, and now he doesn't want to go nowhere.
I'm staying right here.
going anywhere.
I'm not.
Look, a few minutes ago he said he didn't want to just wait here to be. Now all you want to do is stay?
Marching into the detention area is not what I had in mind.
Better her than me.
Yeah, too bad. Tough shit.
Here goes Luke, knows how to manipulate. But she's rich.
Powerful. Listen, if you rescue her, the reward would be
What?
What?
more wealth than you can imagine.
I don't know. I can imagine quite a bit.
Okay.
I can imagine a lot.
All right. You better be right about this.
All right.
What's your plan?
Or Han's gonna kick your ass later if you don't get some money.
Mhm.
Now, with these on you. Okay. You put them.
He's gonna rip his arm off. Is what he's gonna do.
What should Otto and I do if we're discovered here? Lock the door.
And hope they don't have blast.
That's it. Better do something.
Oh my god. So classic. little robot thing. He was scared of.
Dang, he's tall.
I met him too.
What was his name? Was it Peter?
Um,
Matthew, something like that.
was it Peter Mayhew? Does that sound right?
Mayhew, I think that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see, and I seen him. Yeah, I seen him at. When I got his autograph, he was sitting down, but when I was outside in line to get in, he came in with a group, and yeah, I mean, like 7 foot tall almost. I mean, I was like, holy crap, that's a big guy. He was very tall. I think he's passed away now, but he was very tall.
Yeah, sadly, pretty much everyone's passed away except
for
Han and
Harrison
Luke.
Ford, Mark Hamill,
That's about it.
and Anthony Daniels is still alive too.
Okay, he is. Yeah.
Oh, that's second movie. Never mind. We're talking about first movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say because I think the guy that plays Lando is still alive too, Billy D.
Yeah.
The thing.
The thing.
Yeah, he's Luke. He'll tear us apart.
And these guys can't hit anything, you know. Those are the best two stormtroopers they've got, and they're not even stormtroopers.
Maybe it's the outfit. Maybe the outfit makes it difficult for them. Maybe they can't see out of those damn black little circles.
Drag his out.
That was Princess News. There it is. 2157. Go and get her. I'll hold here.
I love Han trying to bluff.
Roll, switch to normal. I guess like weapons malfunction, but
Weapons malfunction.
Just a little malfunction.
How are you?
How are you?
Negative. We have a reactor return now. Give it a shot down. Dangerous.
You should have let C-3PO do the talking. He would have explained it all away like in 2 short orders. Move your ass, they're coming. Hey, she's almost in that same. She's in the same pose as Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park.
Oh my God, you're right. Ben Jabroni, where is he? Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Jabroni? What you talking about? What you talking crazy for?
He's dead by now.
Don't undo.
He's not dead, and don't call me Shirley.
You, my friend, yes. We have an emergency alert. Sector block A23. Princess, in all sections on the left.
Obi-Wan is here. The Force is with him.
You're right. He must not be allowed to escape.
Escape is not his plan. I must face him alone.
Mono a mono.
I got some things to settle.
Look at these guys. They don't stand a chance. Look, right through the door, dead. Another one, dead.
There's that one guy just laying there in the doorway.
Looks like you managed to kind of early escape.
Oh, Ooh, the tension is real between them.
Already from the beginning, the sexual tension rises.
It is.
The main entrance here is the only way in and out. There's no other information that is restricted.
Oh no.
Getting out?
He's the brain, sweetheart. Oh, I didn't.
They must be.
Get in there. Get your ass in there. Oh, yeah, you're beginning to like her. Mhm. Oh,
Incredible smell you've discovered.
yeah. I know that smell.
Ooh, it's nasty.
Your worship.
Your worship. Your worshipfulness.
It's worse. There's something alive in here. That's your imagination. Something just that's my leg. Did you see that? What?
She was like, "Let me out of here! There's something in here!"
That's nothing, Luke. That's just a water moccasin. That's all it is.
Cheers to water moccasin.
Oh.
Oh, that always creeped me out as a kid. Like, ew, what is that?
I always wondered how that thing got into the space station. How did it get in there?
Right? Maybe it's something that's supposed to do something with the garbage. I don't know. Oh, it's like the alligators that supposedly got flushed into the sewer.
Alligators in the sewers. Yeah. Use the force, Luke.
To be fair, he only just met the Force. Oh. Ew, can you imagine having been dunked in all that nasty water that's like
Ew, taking a bath in garbage juice. Ooh.
garbage juice? You know there's excrement and stuff in there too. Oh, disgusting.
Oh man, this is just like Ernest when he's in the garbage compactor. Ernest scared stupid.
Well,
Where's
that's probably
Rimshot?
this is where they got the idea for it. I'm pretty sure.
Rimshot. Come on. Watch this then. That one stormtrooper just hits his head right in the top of the door.
That heading isn't that. You might catch it.
Wow.
Those are good.
He's
I'm
very
telling
persuasive,
you,
isn't
3PO should have been on the horde when they were in the detention center. He would have got them all out of it, and they wouldn't even showed up.
he? Oh, oh.
All this excitement, everyone circuits in my counterpart here. If you don't, I'm going to take him down to meet.
Boy, these guys are dumb. And this is worse than Temple of Doom.
Oh yeah. Oh. That is definitely not a way I want to go. I don't want to be crushed by anything.
It's like,
Oh.
3PO, we are going to die. Oh man. Yeah. Ooh, that's like one of the traps in Saw, one of the Saw movies. I'm not gonna say what it is, but yeah.
See, I haven't watched any of the Saw movies.
I've seen each of them once, and it's enough. It's like, oh.
Oh God, this is. Oh no. This very thing here is why I don't want to be in any tight areas. Oh.
Listen to this. Sounds like they're screaming. Oh, that is so funny. Listen to them. They're dying, Archie.
Now, someone went in and redid this fight scene coming up between Obi-Wan and Vader. Oh my God. If they would go back and put that in, that would
It
have
was
been.
a fan-made fight scene using
Yes.
AI, I believe.
And
But
it's
it blended
fantastic.
seamlessly and matches very well with the fighting styles that you see in the prequels, which are much more intense
Oh
than
yeah.
the original films were.
Oh yeah.
So it shows their true capabilities as
Right.
Jedis.
Yeah.
With the
And
Force.
I love that fan-made video. It's just perfect. Because it's really tamed down in this. It's more like two guys that are just doing like fencing or something. And then
Sparring.
that was
Just a sparring contest.
Sparring, yeah.
Well, Han doesn't really give a
Coward.
does he?
You big coward.
Who you are? Come on.
Look, your worshipfulness, let's get one thing straight. I take orders from just one person.
The one who's still alive. Just a walking carpet out my way.
No, you say that now, but that is the woman of your dreams, baby.
It's worth it. It's good.
There's a little Obi-Wan. He's still just working away, even though there's guards right there. Maybe it's another drill. It's like when the fire alarm goes off at work and no one moves or does anything because they set him off all the time.
He just. What was that? What was that? What was that?
There she is. C3PO, you copy. We see? It's the main hangar. We're right above you. Stand by.
You're braver than I thought.
Everyone insults the Falcon, but the Falcon's the best ship around.
Yes, her.
And that's the moment she fell in love with him.
Right. And this right here is actually an edit that I prefer in the
Yeah,
special
me
edition.
too. Me too.
He rolls right into the whole and he does a 180, like whoop. Nope, I'm going. So they can't hit anything, can they? Pitiful. They're going to lose their job. Yeah. Oh, Luke, you dumb.
Luke, you idiot.
Use the force, Luke. Use the force.
Luke, in this point of his career, is still as crappy of a shot as the stormtrooper.
But he's still able to hit one right about here. Ah, there's the Wilhelm scream. I mean, those stormtroopers got all this advanced technology and visors, and they haven't hit a single person. Yeah. Even she takes one of them out.
Uh-huh.
And they still can't hit him. Damn, you suck. Wow.
I wish you
What was
could
the
have
one?
his face fall for go through it. Or
Oh,
you caught their stunt double.
right, yes.
You just stand there with the lightsaber already
He's
out,
just
man.
standing there. He's like, I don't need to get in a hurry.
I've come to deal with you, you cockroach.
Yep.
Maybe the
Obi-Wan, you
wrong
got some nerve.
When I let him do, I was but the gun.
He's still whining. He didn't get granted the rank of master.
Right, yeah. He should have said, yeah, but you're still not a master in the Jedi Council. You'll never be that.
Petty. Be petty, Obi-Wan.
God will strike me down. I should become more powerful than possibly.
You should not have come back.
Now, you dumb.
Can we just leave this party?
Protect you.
We are men from old friends.
Seems okay if we can get through it. Just hope the Omega's attracted me out of commission.
Come on, Obi-Wan, use the Force. Yeah.
Oh, that's how Stormtrooper's like, oh, dude, come on.
Let's check out the action. Yeah.
Like, screw watching the ship. Vader's over there fighting with the Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, on the side, they're placing bets.
You know they were betting on Vader. Yeah. Oh. See, when I first saw that originally, I didn't know what happened to him. Like I thought, did he get vaporized if you hit somebody with a lightsaber or what?
Yeah.
Just like disintegrated? Yeah.
It's like okay, the Dark Crystal took from it. You remember in the Dark Crystal when
Yes.
the mystics, when they would die,
Mystics.
they would just disappear? Same thing.
They're one with the Force.
That old man has accepted me by the commissioner. This could be a real person.
Poor Obi-Wan.
Think about this. Okay, in a day, like a day's time, basically, he lost his uncle, his aunt, his mentor, and like 3 people in a
This
day's
is
time.
one day. Yeah.
You know, and he's what is he supposed to be like 17, 18, something like that?
Yeah.
He's more broken up over Obi-Wan than he was his aunt and uncle, though. Obi-Wan was like the cool man, you know, and his aunt and uncle were the ones that restricted him.
And what about Princess Leia? I mean, her entire freaking planet got blown up.
Right.
She's not still pouting. It's like, okay, Luke.
Hey, this is us when we're playing some of these games.
Oh, yeah. This was actually part of the game Rogue Squadron 2 on the GameCube. This game made me buy a GameCube. I wanted a GameCube, and they have this scene where you just literally sit in the cockpit right there, and the gunnery turret, and you can just shoot them. That's all you do. It was so much fun.
Easy, baby, hold together.
He's like, you better not let me down, embarrass me in front of the princess.
Right? He's like, no, man, I gotta show her this is a cool shit.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
We did it!
3PO's always complaining. Yeah.
Are they away?
They've just made a jump into hyperspace.
You're sure that only we can is secure aboard their ship? Taking an awful risk, Nick.
This is better work.
Bad bit of rescue, huh?
It was their plan all along to look
I'm
for
fine, baby, even myself.
That doesn't sound too hard. Let us go. The only explanation is the difference.
Easy.
Call Eddie. This ship,
Oh my god. Not this shit, sister.
What's so important?
Read out that balance. I only hope that when the data's analyzed, the weakness can be found. Not over yet.
It is for me, sister. It is for me, brother. Yeah, sister, brother. Yeah.
for the money.
I use all that you love, and that's what goes.
Damn.
Quite a mercenary. Or that he really cares about anything or anybody.
I mean, he did save you. He did break you out of there. I mean, what's wrong with paying him something? I mean, he was kind enough to do that.
Well, he was being a smart butt with her though. About I just want the money. Good.
Oh my God, Luke!
No,
Oh,
no.
if you
Please.
only knew.
This is where it becomes cringe when you know later. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know exactly. Yeah. Oh, I always like the design of the X-wing.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too.
You're safe. We heard about Alderaan. It worse.
We have no time for sorrows, Commander. You must use the information in the Sci-Fi.
Leia's like all business. She's like, hey, I don't got time to grieve right now. We gotta get this and get it done and hit it hard.
Yeah.
I'll grieve later.
And she's still in the same dirty clothes she's had on for days. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be wanting a bath.
Yeah. We're approaching the planet Yavin. The rebel base is on the moon on the far side. We are preparing to orbit the planet.
This guy kills me. So his entire job is standing up in a thing
This
with
poor
a
guy.
spear that I don't know. Does it shoot like on Stargate SG-1? You know, I mean, is that how that works?
No, he's literally just standing up there like he's gonna throw a spear at a ship.
Small, one-man fighter should be able to penetrate the outer defense.
Pardon me for asking, sir, but what good are stunt fighters going to be against that?
Well, the Empire doesn't consider a small one-man fighter to be any threat, or they have a fighter defense. And
I'd say the defense is tight enough.
has demonstrated.
I love in the movies where you got one actor that calls her Princess Leia and another one that calls her Princess Leia. And it's
Yeah,
like
he calls her Princess Leia.
yeah, he said Leia, but it's Leia.
Like the song Leia, Leia. I was like, what about Leia? No, it's Leia, and then that's Leia. I would say Leia.
Directly to the reactor system. A precise hit to start a chain reaction which should destroy the station. Only a precise hit will set up a chain reaction. The shaft is ray shielded, so you'll have to use proton torpedoes.
Proton torpedoes.
Or even for a computer.
Wait a minute, isn't that Star Trek? Oh no, that's photon torpedoes. I'm okay. Photon and proton torpedoes.
You know. I've said it before, writers get their ideas from many different sources.
May the force be with you and live long and prosper.
See the end of the movie. You will soon see the end of the event.
So those crates must be full of cash.
Right?
Yeah. I always wondered how much he got paid, because I know how much he owed Jabba, but I wonder how much they actually gave.
Pretty good enough, right? For years.
A bunch of people go around. You know what's about to happen, what they're up against. I can see that this pilot like if you're turning your back on.
What's your reward if you ain't around to use it? My idea of courage. More like suicide.
See, Han was always more the practical one.
Yes. Yeah, he's the one that doesn't believe in mystical feels. He believes in what's around him. He believes in fighting for everything for yourself. Like you said, he's very practical in regards to his own interests.
Luke, on the other hand, is very spontaneous and somewhat reckless at times, jumping headfirst into situations that he's not prepared to deal with. Where
Yeah.
Han is the voice of reason. He say, "Wait a minute, that's too dangerous, man. I'm staying right here."
Right, right.
What's wrong? Oh,
Luke is just hot-headed, like his father.
He's got to
Really is.
Literally hot-headed. Yeah. If you know, you know. Hey, where do you get that hot-headed nature from?
Yeah. I know where I get mine from. It's from the car genes is where it comes from. From those Scots.
This poor guy isn't around very long. Gigs.
Sure, you can use the ship, sir. Luke is the best foot pilot in the outer rim territories.
You do all right.
Thanks, sir. I'll try. Gotta get aboard. We'll hear all your stories when we get back, all right? Hey,
Right.
Told you I'd make it.
we like old times, Luke. They'll never stop us.
Oh, they'll never stop us.
Famous last words.
5 minutes later.
Not on your luck. We've been through a lot together. You okay, R2? Good.
hang on tight, R2. You've got to come back. Wouldn't want my life to go would you?
Yes, 3PO's only purpose is to constantly complain to R2. Yeah. What would he do without each other?
Right?
I hope they filled it up with unleaded.
Oh my gosh. I always wanted to play X-Wing too.
Yeah. It's what? What was that? What was that? Now I'm hearing voices. What is that?
See, like, look at this guy. He's just got that spear thing. He's up there in that thing. He's just watching them all go. His entire job. I want that job. I can stand somewhere and just stare at nothing.
It's like the guy in the lookout tower. Look out for icebergs on the Titanic. You just stand there all day freezing your butt off. It's like, yeah.
Like, what's he supposed to do if some shit's come flying in? He can't go in and be able to do shit. Throw his spear at him. Red 5, stand by.
Red 5. This is where subtitles help because I couldn't understand everything they were always saying over the This is it.
That guy's a Texan right there. I'm telling you right now, he got that Texas accent. That actor is a Texan. I know my people.
Take it to him, boys. Yeah.
And he's not just a Texan. I think he's a West Texan.
West Texan.
I'm telling you. That's how they talk out there. Heck, I still got a little bit of it in my own accent. Right out the gate, he almost wrecks the ship.
So small,
What a name. Hawkins. Oh no.
Where's he gonna jump to?
Oh, Porkins just got fried. Fried Porkins. What a name!
This is why I love you.
Hey, now I'm hungry. Now I'm craving bacon. I'm sorry.
We've picked up a new signal. Fighters coming your way.
My scope's negative. I don't see anything.
Pick up your visual carrier.
Look in your rearview mirror, Luke. Oops.
My brother had a TIE fighter as a toy.
Oh, I did too.
Well, watch it. I can't see it. Science position. I'll be right there.
Boom, baby, boom!
Several fighters are moving off from the main summit.
Watch the back. Not bad. Shake it.
Wedge. His name is Wedge, in case you don't know. And Wedge is there all the way until the very end, man.
Yep. Oh, that was bad.
Wedge is like one of the best fighter pilots that they've got.
Yep. Aside from Luke, yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stay at point.
North and locked in.
Switch all power.
Arranged in 5 minutes.
Computer lock. Getting a signal. Stop.
Oh.
That's when you know you're in trouble.
Watch for
Yeah.
enemy fighters.
Take them myself. Come on.
Oh, and you guys are screwed.
This is just target practice for Vader.
Yeah, they just target, man. You just out having fun.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
Oh, he loosened up. Yeah. Loosened up.
My coffee calls me.
Like ducks in a row. Bam, bam, bam from the rear.
Your ship standing by.
Evacuate? In our moment of truth, I think you overestimate their chances.
Double base 3 minutes and closing.
Red point, this is Red Leader. Leader, base 1. Hold up, wait for my signal. This is it.
He already swept up.
Too much interference.
Looked like he was using the force. He had his eyes closed for a while.
Coming up. Just hold them off for a few seconds.
Just hold him off for a few seconds.
For a few seconds.
There.
Dang.
Can't hold them.
And then he would delay. Did you see that? It was like a 1 second delay. That's why I didn't go in.
Delay. See, yeah, the computer told him when to fire, but his reaction to the computer was like a second delay. That's why they didn't concentrate.
Yeah.
They just split up and hit the surface. Of course, they couldn't let him get it. They didn't let him be the hero.
All five will cover for you. Just lost my star warning.
Uh-oh.
Stand up for your attack run.
Not the Texan.
Yeah.
They're just killing everyone.
At that speed would be able to pull out inside. Like they'd be standing back home.
Luke really is a country boy.
You can hit. 3 speed full run. Now, you can put those fires out the tower. Sure, that stabilizes what we're losing against you now on the ground.
Yeah, you just happened to go for a sip of water the same time I did. Hey.
Hey, we're in sync, baby.
Yeah.
You can't do any more good back there. Sorry. Hurry, Mr. Come here, look back. Aren't you trying to increase the power?
So basically, Luke loses 4 people that are close to him inside of a day.
Everybody who he knew. Yeah.
Everybody from his former life, basically.
Yep. 30 seconds. Okay, let's see if it's 30 real life seconds.
I love this thing. This is one of my favorites. I would get goosebumps.
Ooh.
Luke, trust me.
Trust me.
Okay, in this serious voice.
What are you doing? I'm trusting this imaginary voice I'm hearing in my head. He's like, what? This guy's out of his
Who
mind.
left the schizo in there? Oh no. That's what they say in this world. You hear voices? Oh, we gotta get you committed.
I'm ready.
I have you now.
I don't think so.
He's coming for you, Vader. Woo!
Oh, it's over. Ooh. I love that effect of the halo explosion.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true. Yep.
Okay, little thing. The ship that he's flying, notice that it was shaped differently than the other ones. That's because that is a long range fighter.
Yeah, it's made just for him.
Yeah.
It probably has light speed capabilities.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a long range fighter.
Yeah.
Those other ones were short range fighters. Yeah, hey, I knew there's more than you, money. She's like, yes, he's back.
Nah, we all know why Han really came back. Yeah. It wasn't for the glory. It was for
Leia.
right there.
Hey, I'm not faulting her. You know, Han Solo. Okay, this scene here, guys. I'm giving you an assignment. Look it up without any
without any music. If you just
no music,
watch it without any music.
No music where they don't have the other. It is the funniest shit you will see.
It's very awkward. Let's put it that way.
He's like,
He gives her the wink.
Hey, baby.
I was about to wait for Luke to give her the wink too. That would have been.
No, Han's the man, Luke's the boy.
Yeah.
Yay, R2 is safe.
Oh, they're all shined up. Yeah.
I know. Look at 3PO. That's the best he's looked this entire movie.
There's Chewie. Chewie's like, "Where's my medal?"
Ron, why didn't you get a medal? That is a very good point.
Still great. Still great.
Still great. Still love it. It's been like, I think about 2 years, 1 year or 2 years since I watched it. Well, longer, because last time on last May the 4th, we watched Return of the Jedi. We didn't watch A New Hope.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple of years, but like I said, this movie defined my childhood. There's no way. I mean, I know it front and backwards. I can literally quote along with it, and I wasn't.
Wow, this is great. And just a reminder, next year is going to be the 50th anniversary.
Oh,
sorry to bring that up.
Oh, my heart! My heart! I'm getting old.
But if they do release this in theaters again, I plan on going to see it because it would have been 30 years ago that I first saw it in theaters when it was re-released in '97, and I loved it.
Oh,
so
I didn't. Now I didn't when I because I told you I'm the same age as the film, and I don't think that my mom took us to that one. Well, not us, me. I was the only one alive. I don't think she did. Like I said, I was a couple months old whenever this came out. And then, but I do remember going and seeing in theaters Return of the Jedi the very first time it was released back in the 80s. And I think that I'm almost 100% certain she probably took us to Empire Strikes Back because I can remember my brother having all the Hoth stuff.
Yeah.
You know, my younger brother. So I'm pretty sure that she, because my mama, God bless her, she took me and my brother, one of my brothers, to, gosh, every single major movie that came out in the 80s.
You got to see all of my favorites.
I got to see Goonies in theaters, Never-Ending Story. I mean, all of those movies that came out during that time. I got to see. Of course, she didn't take us to like any of the horror movies, so there were some horror ones I did not see. But all of the ones that you could take and technically speaking, the Never-Ending Story had scenes in there that were troubling. But honestly, the movie that traumatized me the most as a child, though, out of every freaking movie, and I say it, and I hate this movie to this day, and I'm going to offend a few of you because it's probably your favorite movie, E.T. That scene of him in the gutter traumatized the living crap out of me as a child. Freaked me out. And to this day, that impression of terror as a child.
That really, when I was a kid, I saw it like at 4 years old. Again, I had it on beta tape, Betamax, if you know what that is. But yeah, when I saw that scene, I would almost like, I can't watch that scene. Him laying there all gray in the gutter with the coons eating him, the raccoons.
Oh, I was.
Like,
and little known fact, I looked just like Drew Barrymore did at the time. And when we left the theater, on top of being traumatized from that scene, we had people staring at me and kind of coming towards us and this and that because they thought I was her because I looked just like her. And Ash can testify. He's seen pictures of me when I was a little girl. I looked just like her.
Your mom should have charged him $5 an autograph. You would have been rich. Sure, I'll sign this.
But yeah, so yeah, I tried watching it again as an adult. The distaste from what happened to me as a child remained. I can't enjoy it, so I don't like that movie. I will never like that movie. It's not something I can get over. I'm sorry, guys. I know that so many people love it.
That so many people love it, and there's nothing wrong with it.
And there's nothing wrong with the movie per se. I mean, if I would have been older, if I would have been older and gone in and watched it, I probably would have loved it too. But the fact is, I was still pretty dang young at that time when it came out, and it traumatized the living crap out of me.
Hell, you know, I mean,
I was screaming in the theater whenever that happened. I was screaming because it freaked me out so bad.
The first scene that scared me as a kid was that freaking corn maze when he's in the corn and
oh yeah, that was kind of creepy.
Shows up screaming. I'm like, damn. I was like, what the? Oh. Hey, E.T. is not pleasant to look at. I'll just say that. I'm sorry. I mean, it's creepy.
There's a lot of creepy scenes in it too. All I know, that just completely collared it. I just can't enjoy it. But I love Steven Spielberg's movies. There's so many good ones, and then George Lucas. I love his movies. I love, like I said, Star Wars. This movie defined my childhood. I mean, I got the opportunity to grow up in the Star Wars era when it was all new, and it was just. It defined it. Like I said, you know, like my tastes in men today were built around characters like Han Solo, like another one from that time from before the old Star Trek, Scotty. Yes, Scotty was my man when I was a little girl. I loved him. That looped in that way. But what are they? They're brash. They're courageous. They're strong-hearted.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is another one. Yeah.
And, Rick from The Mummy.
Yeah, baby.
Now, if you think about it,
but
Rick
it's not the actors. I want to clarify that. It was never the actors it was their characters. Because I could see the same actor in something else and not have it's the character. And that framed, and also Robin Hood the Fox, the cartoon fox from Disney. All right, throw that in. The character framed what I thought made a man a real good man. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff. And that's what our childhood does. These movies always remind me of my childhood and the wonder of it, the imagination, the just loving it. I mean, I wanted to be a special effects artist because of movies like this. Now, did I become one? No. I went a different route, apparently. Law enforcement and that field and legal and everything else drew me but it inspired so much, and you cannot touch what practical effects are because they just feel more lived in, you know, than a lot of the stuff. And so I feel very, very fortunate that I'm a Gen Xer. Well, Gen Xer, but me and him have both discussed because he's an elder millennial. We both discussed we fall under Zennial. I mean, because I have a lot of because I am towards the very end of Gen X. I do have some millennial traits. I grew up in a very specific time period, and when you read or watch anything about Zennials, it fits our pattern. And me and him are both. So me and him are really kind of in the same generation because we both are Zennials, the way that we are, you know. So I mean, but I feel like we grew up at a time where it was magical. It inspired your imagination, and this movie, it's still so well loved because it inspires the imagination. It's you know, it would be a crime if they ever remade these movies. It would be a crime. Just like if they ever tried to remake the Lord of the Rings movies, it would be a crime. It would just be absolutely not. There's no reason to. I
Well,
mean,
it's
they're
like
perfect as they are.
remaking. There's some movies you never remake, and one of those, again, like you mentioned, those that you mentioned, as well as Back to the Future. Do
Mhm.
not remake Back to
Do
the
not
Future.
remake those
do not,
movies. They
do not
don't need
remake.
to be remade. Those are an 80s encapsulated movie. Everything about those movies is encapsulates the 80s. You know, for the Back to the Future movies. Again, you know, it's another set of movies that should never be touched. You know, I mean, but I'm glad that we watched this tonight with you guys. This is, like I said, this is one of our favorites. It's on up there. It was my number one forever up until Lord of the Rings came out, and I fell in love with Lord of the Rings. I even read all the books. I just Lord of the Rings will always be my number one. But Star Wars is another one that I just love from my childhood, will always love from my childhood, and it always brings back such great memories. And I'm glad that we got to share that with you tonight.
Oh yeah, and with it being one of your all-time favorites, it's time review time, official review for everybody. What would you review it? I mean, from a biased and non-biased perspective. So,
Oh, okay.
five
Biased
stars. This is out of 5
perspective,
stars.
a 5. Biased
Okay.
perspective. Unbiased, you know, like I said when we were watching, I caught a couple of plot holes in there. Knowing kind of the stories that's going to go forward, there are some problematic things that when they put them all together, will come out, you know. I won't go into because we probably eventually will next May probably do Empire Strikes Back. You know, this could be a tradition. We'll do the big one, you know, for May the 4th or something. But it becomes problematic on down the road. I'd have to knock it down to a 4, but
Yeah. So
because of that. But so we'll say 4.5 is the average.
you read my mind exactly. I already had that score in my head long before I asked you, because it is not a flawless movie. It's not absolutely perfect. It is a great film. It's revolutionary. Like you said, the effects were great for the time. The plot hole is a little thin. The back in the day, it was considered like a B movie that was elevated by the effects and the score
Right,
and the characters.
The
But
space western is what they called it. Yeah, space western.
So it's not a perfect movie, but it is a fantastic movie. It is a fantastic movie, and it still holds up almost 50 years later.
Mhm.
And I will give it a 4.5 stars out of 5 stars.
So,
I
but
love that movie.
I'm so glad that we watched this, even though, like I said, it breaks from what we're trying to do with the platform. But we had to honor May the 4th.
Absolutely.
We had to honor May the 4th. So we had. This is like a special out because we're going to do another one on our usual night. We do it on Tuesday nights and either Friday or Saturday nights. One. We're trying to do 2 a week. We'll be doing another one on Tuesday night to put out on Wednesday. But this is special because of May the 4th. So from both me and Ash, we just want to wish you a happy, merry May the 4th, and may the Force be with you.
Fourth be with you.
Have a good night, y'all. Thank you for joining
care.
us. And
Thank
don't
you.
forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Adios.
Take care, everybody.